TNT, the Young Bucks and Dustin take on the Inner Circle.
I am out for blood.
And the bad boy Joey Janela is crazy enough to face Jon Moxley.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
All Elite Wrestling on TNT. Watch Wednesday Night Dynamite at 8 or anytime on demand and the app.
Introducing the participants first, from Asbury Park, New Jersey, weighing 202 pounds, he is the bad boy, Joey Janela!
Hailing from the late Bam Bam Bigelow's hometown of Asbury Park, he was born on the 4th of July, which is just around the corner, our nation's birthday. By the way, enjoy your 4th of July, be careful. And eat more JR's barbecue sauce. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Well done, my friend.
It's called native advertising.
Joey Janela debuted at the age of 15. We're seeing a lot of these guys are finally getting their opportunity on a bigger stage that started as a teenager. It's not really unusual anymore.
There was actually, Joey Janela showed me a picture of a match I had in 2004, and he circled himself in the crowd in that match. He has been a lifelong professional wrestling fan. This is a dream fulfilled, but when Jon Moxley hits the ring, it could be a nightmare.
Business will pick up.
And his opponent, from Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing 231 pounds, Jon Moxley!
Well, I gotta tell you, Jon Moxley has never looked better. I had a very short conversation with him. Thank you very much. Get out the Kleenex. But he is in a great frame of mind, knowing he's going into what could be a trip to the hospital. This is going to be ugly, folks. We're just telling you. Don't expect a great wrestling match. This is not Briscoe versus Funk.
This is going to be a flat-out war. Two men who are more than willing to go the distance and do whatever it takes to pick up a victory.
Moxley proudly from the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, the home of the Montgomery Inn and Skyline Chili. I know all the food places.
Well, JR, you mentioned that this might end up in a trip to the hospital. If Joey Janela is to be believed, it may end up in a trip to the morgue.
All right, well, I'll tell you, Moxley's he looks in a whole different frame of mind. He looks almost content. And to say Jon Moxley is even remotely content probably is a overstatement on my part.
Look how relaxed Joey Janela is. That's the shocking thing. He is, I mean, he's a weird guy, don't get me wrong. But you know what his prep was for this match? Going out to the bars on Atlantic Boulevard and shotgunning beers. That's how little...
Hey, that's how I prep.
But I mean, that's how little fear he has in Jon Moxley. Rather than staying up all night and game planning, he knows that Moxley is coming into his world. This used to be Moxley's world, but Joey Janela has taken that crown of the king of the death
Hard
match.
knife-edge chops with a lot of velocity by Jon Moxley.
Moxley sent to the outside.
Man, did he take the roof off the place?
Joey Janela!
And Janela.
Tope suicida by the bad boy!
The suicide dive head first. Well, they're outside. Remember, there's no countouts.
Yeah,
I will remind you probably too often, and there's no disqualification.
Paul Turner is literally there to count a pinfall,
yeah,
and that's it.
You buy a front row seat in AEW, you just never know who's going to be sitting by you or fighting by you.
We're going out to the crowd.
And this is where we first saw Moxley in AEW, was coming in through the crowd at the sold-out MGM Grand Garden Arena.
Man, what a moment that was. What a moment that was.
And Janela turning the tables on Moxley, fighting his way back to ringside.
Moxley's got a little bit of Terry Funk in him. That ain't a bad thing, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad. Your head bouncing off the ring post is not a good thing.
Yeah, and they are square ring posts, so they do have odd angles on them.
Yeah. First
And Janela,
we'll talk about the squared ring post at another time, but it does create an element that we haven't really encountered, at least in my experience.
yeah, for certain, like those angles on that ring post, they catch you on the eyebrow, catch you anywhere on a sensitive bone-on skin area. And Janela just using a prosthetic leg.
Okay, that's one way to get some offense.
That guy's got to have a leg to stand on here.
That moment that Janela went to go send that.
Moxley feeling good.
And actually, look at that eyebrow.
Moxley feeling good. Looking under the ring to find some toys that he feels like he would like to play with. There's one.
Bringing a chair into the ring. We saw the damage wrought by Shawn Spears earlier on in the evening. Moxley hoping maybe to recreate that on the head of Joey Janela.
I mean, even though this is non-sanctioned, there's still careers that are that will be on the line here. Something like that where that happened. Oh, man!
Body slam right on the chair, right in the center of the ring. Not a pleasant experience.
So for as painful as that might seem for Joey Janela, you have to remember Janela is a guy that was gorilla pressed off the roof of a warehouse to the ground. No, actually not to the ground. He was gorilla pressed off the roof of a warehouse into a pickup truck loaded with light tubes and glass panes.
Well, that doesn't sound like a fun ride nor a fun conclusion.
It was not. Joey Janela was laid up in the hospital for months after that, but he still continues to wrestle this high-risk style.
And while he was off, he didn't make a damn dime.
No,
but
not at all.
he's still hell-bent on not changing his style. You got to think about that, kid. You got to think about that. Oh, my God almighty! Well, a bloody Jon Moxley got clipped above the right eye, it looked like.
Yeah, count your lucky stars on that one.
Go for it right there, and it got a near fall. In the mount position. Hammering down.
Hammer blows to the temple.
Right hand, elbows.
Hammer and anvil elbows.
We are still awaiting any confirmative information on the status of Cody Rhodes, who was hit in the side of the head with as wicked a chair shot as you'll ever see from Shawn Spears.
And Moxley.
Well, it wasn't that chair.
Is that bloody napkins on there?
From his hands from when he wrapped the barbed wire around the chair.
I can't.
All right, here we go.
This is, we saw that chair shot earlier, but this is.
You want to go hardcore? We're about as hardcore as you're going to get right here. Stomp of the hand. Just cold, calculating.
Well, let's not forget, it was Janela that actually said that Moxley is a watered-down PG version of himself. That don't look PG to me.
Oh, just grinding the chair into the chest, into the arms of Joey. Oh, Janela had to pop the barbed wire out of his forearm. And now Moxley headed up to the top. I think he's thinking foot stomps.
No.
Oh!
And Janela must be thinking the same thing because he got off his back, away from that barbed wire laced chair. So he got a steel chair laced in barbed wire.
Oh, no.
And here comes the suplex.
Onto the barbed wire.
Moxley got some of that wire and some of that chair.
No.
He's got some more of it. Good God, folks. Moxley's face tells the story. There's a cover. Far leg was hooked and a near fall created by a barbed wire chair and, oh my God, a human pincushion.
You can actually see his back is bleeding. Lower back there, some blood coming out.
From all the puncture wounds. And think about this. This is what Jon Moxley wanted.
And now Janela thinking another table would be good.
One table, maybe not the best idea. 2 tables, definitely a good idea.
Janela sliding the table into the ring, but he's given Moxley an opportunity to recover.
How do you even recover from that? A shot with barbed wire on a chair?
Having never been hit with a barbed wire wrapped chair, I can't tell you.
Counseling, that would help me. I'd have to have some counseling. Be off work for a couple of years. Get myself together.
Moxley has Janela up in the fireman's carry.
Look at this. It's not a tables match. Devon's not here, but it don't matter.
Moxley grabbing Janela trying to grab the top rope.
He's trying to throw him over, but Janela's managing to hold on.
Janela lands on the apron. Right elbow strike to the jaw of Moxley. And now Janela.
Thinking suplex, thinking an inside out.
But Moxley has the size and weight advantage. He was able to maintain his position inside. Oh!
And they both go through the table.
Russian leg sweep off the apron through the table. And I think Janela may actually have gotten the worst of it because the back of his head collided with the ring barricade.
You saw a Russian leg sweep. I just saw a guy just grabbing someone and throwing himself at the hardware.
Yeah, Russian leg sweep might have been a little generous.
Yeah, really.
These two are certainly not being generous to one another. Look at this, just the cuts on Moxley's back.
Let's see how one or these men can take an advantage of this situation.
Moxley,
Moxley driving Janela's spine first through that table. The table disintegrates. And look at the cuts, the scars all over the body of Jon Moxley.
Moxley unable to capitalize on that. Let's take another look as he just...
Man, that's great impact. Great impact.
And Moxley pulling another table.
How many tables? Oh, I see another one.
I shudder to guess what all's under the ring.
Carnage. Carnage is what's under the ring, JR. And Moxley's looking to use that carnage to his advantage. Janela flat out in the middle of the ring. And Moxley, he's just setting it up. And he's looking to use Janela to knock him down.
Look at the puncture wounds, the abrasions all over the body of Jon Moxley. And yet, somehow, this is what he wanted. Oh, Janela.
Well,
Janela showing him the finger.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, well, that was another, apologize for that, but it's a very spirited match. And Moxley now right in the face of Janela, assaulting Janela and commencing, as they say in the country, to beat him around the head and shoulders.
Last thing you want to do is taunt an enraged Moxley.
Well, here's the thing. That was calm Moxley before this. Now he's pissed off.
You know, calm Moxley, pissed off Moxley. I don't know.
Somebody's been in the wood shop.
When did that even get under the ring?
A barbed wire board.
No.
I didn't know Moxley was a do-it-yourselfer. Or is that Janela's handiwork?
I don't think you can look up a YouTube video on how to DIY a board with barbed wire on it. But then again, though, you can find anything on the internet nowadays.
Jon Moxley has full control of Joey Janela. And now, Janela escapes, though. Ooh, puts on the brakes.
Puts on the brakes in a big way. The gut shot.
One for that double underhook DDT.
Fireman carry position by Janela.
No.
My God! No! Moxley is tangled in barbed wire all over his body.
And you see the metal spikes there. He just dug right into that.
He's literally trapped in the barbed wire. That's what barbed wire is designed to do.
Oh, right through it, too.
And the cover. Is it over now? No, it's not. Jon Moxley, who will face Kenny Omega in Chicago on Labor Day weekend.
Saturday night, August 31st, All Out.
What a special night that's going to be. They sold out in a hiccup.
Just elbows exchange center of the ring. This is a firefight.
The man that throws the most forearm shivers usually has the advantage.
Oh!
Like that one.
Advantage Janela.
Moxley!
Oh! Moxley exploded out of the corner with a clothesline, a thunderous clothesline. You can feel it in Orlando.
He threw his entire body into that. If he missed, then, I think the match would be Janela's. There was no margin for error there, and Moxley found his target.
Glad you're with us, ladies and gentlemen, however you may be watching, wherever you may be. Thank you for inviting us into your home. We are live in Daytona Beach. The Ocean Center has been the site of one hell of a night of pro wrestling action. And we're glad you're with us. And thanks for supporting us. Can't say the same for Moxley. He's not supporting Janela's cause to get famous, but Janela may be able to take that in his own hands.
Oh, consecutive super kicks to the head of Moxley.
But he was low enough there that he was not gonna fall onto the tables. The wherewithal from Moxley, he set those up for a reason. Oh no.
A ladder, a table, a ladder, a chair. Oh my.
Everyone, this is going to get ugly. Seems like both of our competitors here took a trip to the hardware store.
Well, I know Moxley's thinking of something because he's got his wits about him seemingly. And Janela seems to be obsessed with that ladder.
Yeah, Mox grabbing the ankles of Janela, pulling him to the outside. Janela trying to fight his way out, slamming Moxley's head into those steel ring steps.
And the steps win every time. They never lose.
They have a great record.
Big time. And man, Moxley, look at his back.
Oh,
that's it. It looks like it just looks sadistic and disgusting.
Need a few band-aids on that one.
Oh, Joey Janela.
What are you going to do there, Joey? How big a risk you willing to take?
Oh.
Have you lost your mind, Joey?
No.
He never had one to begin with. Please don't die.
This is taking high risk to a whole new level.
Paul Turner pleading with Janela, trying to talk some sense into the bad boy.
Oh, no!
The elbow through the heart of Jon Moxley, and through the tables they both go. And the concrete floor stopped their fall. And the damage has been done. Who can survive this?
He just threw himself at it. Not a care in the world.
But JR, you were exactly right. The point of Janela's elbow coming down on the sternum of Jon Moxley, and then his body weight, both of their combined body weight, driving through the table to the floor. Let's take another look at this.
Look at the height. The impact, the velocity, the huge risk taken by Joey Janela, who obviously is afraid of nothing.
I mean, we have Joey Janela, we have Jon Moxley, we have Jimmy Havoc and Darby Allin. We have some of the most sadistic.
He's got one too?
Wow.
Some of the most sadistic individuals in professional wrestling here in All Elite Wrestling.
The fans gonna step away from that.
Yeah, fans, they're running for high ground here, and rightfully so.
You do not want to be near the drop zone if anything happens there.
Moxley back in the ring. Janela in control. He seems to have the momentum.
Oh,
and he
DDT!
Well, Janela looking to the outside. Wasn't paying attention, quite frankly. And Moxley took advantage of it.
I think Janela had a moment of humanity. He wanted to make sure the fans were out of the way before he did whatever he did, and that moment of humanity allowed Jon Moxley to capitalize.
Uh-oh.
Over the shoulders. Over the shoulders. No, no!
Janela entangled in barbed wire like an animal.
Oh, the humanity!
Death Valley bomb through the barbed wire board.
Janela's got to try to move, and every inch is going to hurt.
Oh.
Barbed wire his legs, his butt, his back.
Oh, just sticking to not only his trunks, but to his skin. You can see the barbed wire literally popping out of the skin.
Oh no.
And to-
hooked in there.
Yeah, to free himself, he actually has to grab it to pull it away. Oh, God.
Get up, Joey! You keep going, Joey. Come on.
Paul Turner asking Joey Janela if he can continue, if he can keep going.
Yeah, if there's any doubt, stop it.
Well, I don't think Moxley cares.
Well, we know that. He doesn't. Moxley's not going to get the Employee of the Week award.
Make your choices, Joey.
Moxley is special. An attitude, a demeanor that cannot be replicated. It's all legitimate. And look at this attack.
Oh, just
assault.
the high Muay Thai style knees to the face and the head of Janela.
What more could he be going for?
I have no idea what's still under there.
Moxley could have ended this match already.
I mean, the last thing I would have expected to see
back.
is a bucket.
Moxley's
He could
back
have-
is hideous.
Doesn't look like a very clean bucket. Oh, no.
What do you think?
I'm thinking thumbtacks.
Yeah, that ain't fight stick buttons.
Oh,
Well, let's hear it for the thumbtacks, by God. Good Lord. Yeah, folks, you can do the math on this one.
no.
Janela, he has no idea what's going on.
Moxley taking off the boot of Joey Janela. Oh,
And the socks. Not the socks.
Janela can't move. He's pinned down. Moxley has him pinned. But he's also not all there either.
Yeah, Janela was rattled by that DDT, and now his bare feet exposed.
This is getting really ugly.
Nothing about this is a good idea. Just a little bit on the tax.
Yeah, even to escape that, he put himself in harm's way. Boot to the midsection.
Right on the tax. They're digging into his skin.
Janela
Just crying
is
out in anguish.
body loaded with thumbtacks. More pain, more misery.
And he's got to get out of there barefoot, JR. He's barefoot in the tax. No!
Good God
They're
Almighty!
pinned into his heel. He's screaming in agony.
No matter what.
Janela is being punished in a severe, barbaric way by Jon Moxley.
And he's telling him to. Is he
He's begging
motioning?
for more.
Oh, the
Yeah.
man's a psychopath.
Mox going back into the bucket. There's more than bad intentions in there. Oh,
If you have any doubt in your mind that there was some PG version of Moxley,
Forget it.
yeah, forget it.
Oh.
Paradigm
And
shift.
the thumbtacks driven into the head. And that DDT. There's a cover. It's over.
the paradigm shift into the thumbtacks. Jon Moxley.
The winner of this match, Jon Moxley.
The paradigm shift did it for Moxley. But my God, what price. Look at
His feet.
the feet of Joey Janela. Bleeding, rot with thumbtacks, sticking it all the way through that epidermis.
And Moxley, understandably slow to his feet. Oh, his lower back.
Moxley got tacks all over his body. For the love of God, what these men put their bodies through. Well, I don't know what kind of shape these guys are going to be in 2 weeks in Jacksonville. And man, the intensity here goes up every time we're out here. Another notch, another notch. Another hungry athlete looking to prove himself.
And think about this. They went through all of that and this match won't go down in the record books. Unsanctioned.
Right.
Nope.
No
But
losses.
they had a point to prove. A point to prove. Janela wanted to go as far as possible. But Moxley, the deathmatch master, showing us why he made his name in that realm. And this match had just all the moments. Everything was used to its fullest potential. And that's not a good thing.
We have just seen a legitimate slobber knocker of a match. Physicality, intensity, no fear, the passion of AEW on display. Oh, look at this, the price. These men both paid.
No quarter was asked for, nor was it expected. Both of these men threw everything they had.
He spit out a thumbtack.
Moxley spitting out a thumbtack, and one landed right in the head of Joey Janela. Fans are very respectful and appreciative of the effort that both these men put forth here tonight.
Wednesday on TNT, the Young Bucks and Dustin take on the Inner Circle.
I am out for what?
And the bad boy Joey Janela is crazy enough to face Jon Moxley.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
All Elite Wrestling on TNT. Watch Wednesday Night Dynamite at 8 or anytime on demand and the app.